Welcome everyone to the high stakes Royal Rumble big event. This year's one is just stacked with heavy hitters. Everybody collides with everybody. Fast forward through no match kickoff and right in the start. For the second year in a row, Pat McAfee ruins Corey Graves' WrestleMania season. And this time he's back for good. Yeah, diving straight into the first match, which is of course Royal Rumble match. But which? Unlike last year, this time it's women going first. Right choice. For the first time in almost 2 years, Naomi of all people made her big return. She started the match with Natalia. Third number spot was received by one of favorites to win, Bayley, who made huge declaration about winning prior to this match. And to everyone's surprise, WWE brought TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace to the mix under number 5. Good job WWE. She manhandled her opponents one after another. So strong. And to Bayley's shock and dismay, her Damage Control's partner Asuka is also in this match. Probably to help her a bit. The same can be said about Kairi Sane. She's here as well. Damage Control indeed worked together. Natalia betrayed Tegan Nox, but former NXT superstar turned around and made her pay. I always expect things like this from Natalia. I'm not shocked at all. Chelsea Green showed progress by not being eliminated immediately like last year. The showcase of powers took place between Bianca Belair and Jordynne Grace, where the EST eventually stood tall of KOD. Piper Niven saved Chelsea Green right on her way down to the ring. This is number 19, the games are over because it's Nia Jax, which means that heavy artillery terror has begun. Xia Li, Ivy Nile were gone immediately. After that, Chelsea Green was put through unbearable suffering for messing between Piper Niven and Nia Jax. Everything she needed was to just be tossed out of the ring, but she couldn't escape the line of fire. Everybody teamed up for attempt to eliminate Nia Jax, but no chance. Not this time. Not this year. This is different Nia Jax now. It's not gonna be so easy. Piper Niven tossed out. Katana Chance thrown out like nothing. 21st entrant. Here comes the game changer herself. Becky Lynch going right after Nia Jax, and the man went toe to toe with her. Number 24, Valhalla. But why am I even mentioning it? Because interrupting her entrance is the greatest of all time. The best member of the Judgment Day, R-Truth, who fought its men's Rumble match. But he met Nia Jax face to face and got eliminated, and then reminded by Adam Pearce that it's women's match. But R-Truth just wanted to ask where are the guys. What's the problem? Thank you, R-Truth. Meanwhile, Bayley is still in this match and hanging strong in there with the likes of Nia Jax. 27th entrant from NXT, Roxanne Perez. The next one under 28 is right on the money. Finally, the great debut of soon-to-be megastar Jade Cargill. Right place, right time. Nia Jax stood waiting in the ring and nobody could challenge her thus far, but maybe there is one. And it's Jade Cargill lifting her up and holding her feet to drop down. It wasn't all. Then, after a dropkick, she deadlifted her up on her own and tossed out of the match. Wow, there isn't a woman in WWE who can do that. But she did. What a star-making feat. Here comes Barbie herself. Tiffany Stratton making her main roster debut. Liv Morgan is back in final number 30. It took many months. Look at this powerlifting contest. Belair and Cargill finally met each other. A dream confrontation. They are like two equals. Becky got eliminated unexpectedly, and then number 2 Naomi by Jade Cargill. Bayley just dumped Bianca and Tiffany both together. She capitalized on that moment. Only 3 women left, and as a result of Liv and Jade being focused too much on each other, Morgan barely eliminated her with unique Oblivion, where then Bayley immediately sneaked the final elimination of Liv and won this colossal Royal Rumble match. Bayley actually won 2024 Royal Rumble match. She cashed in on her declaration and made it true. It's her experience, craftiness, cleverness, and knowing when to capitalize that brought her to this victory. She outlasted it. And as a leader of Damage Control, it's indeed time to push her again to the top by going after her overrated teammate Io Sky, not Rhea Ripley. She must shut up her ungrateful stablemates and take the title off of Sky. This win was necessary strategically. Well done. Right next, this already fatal 4-way Undisputed WWE Championship Match for Randy Orton, Dark AJ Styles, Fearless LA Knight, and Le Champion Roman Reigns taking his time. Tension is so high you can cut it with a knife. Personal on all fronts. The most evil man, Roman Reigns, deservedly received a beatdown from all 3 of his enemies. It's nice to see Roman Reigns outnumbered and helpless once in a century. Randy Orton had bigger issues with Reigns, meanwhile LA Knight and AJ Styles were more focused on each other. The hatred between these two is growing. All 4 of them turned their attention to an announce table by striking and slamming each other onto it. All it took was slow match pace, but throwing impactful bombs onto each other. They all had their time to dominate. Especially Tribal Beast Roman Reigns. Fatal 4-ways are always chaotic and never stopping, that's what makes it scarier than other match types. Danger from all 4 corners. Roman Reigns received sudden BFT from LA Knight, but Styles accidentally fell into them to break the pin. After Reigns fell victim to Styles' clash, LA Knight did the same thing to return the favor. Randy pulled off powerful RKO from the ropes on Styles, and he didn't stop by striking Knight and then Reigns with these 3 ladders. Reigns already got hit by 3 finishers, so there is no chance of him kicking out, but somebody dispense a call, dragged the referee out to save his tribal chief. After giving a couple of Samoan spikes, he launched himself into a barricade and paid for it, with AJ Styles then successfully giving Reigns phenomenal forearm. And like a luxury boss, gloriously trying to pin all 3 opponents, with all 3 of them kicking out, not knowing how. It was scary. Ruthless Styles used the chair, then Orton got speared. LA Knight got some momentum on Reigns, but he countered blunt force trauma by pushing Knight into the ropes and stopping AJ's forearm, and capitalized very quickly with Superman punch to Knight and spear to Styles. And this amount of damage of course was enough to overcome this deadly 4-way and retain. Just like that can be all done. You need your eyes on the prize to conquer multiple confrontations at the same time to win a match like this. You almost can't control it. Did this match end early? Maybe. But they did a lot of damage to each other with heavy artillery moves at least. Too bad that Orton didn't get his 1-1 match with Reigns, and likely he will right now, but he wasn't pinned and Roman Reigns needed to survive until WrestleMania. Kevin Owens is locked and loaded to go after arrogant fool United States Champion Logan Paul. This is the most personal rivalry in WWE, not just right now, but in years. These 2 are completely different people with diametrically opposite philosophies. No way Owens could accept Paul's handshake. Never in a million years it was gonna work. Kevin is a better technician, he used his experience to the full advantage, but Logan Paul was consistently targeting Owens' weak body parts, and he proved he is smart in his offense. Also, he enjoyed basking in heat when he had the upper hand. How without a Maverick clothesline? Of course. Then Logan told Corey Graves he is going to superplex Kevin Owens right now, but cost him the hard way going down like that. Kevin tried stunner, but Paul damaged his broken hand, and after some reversals perfectly met Owens' right hand, knocking him down. But not out because Owens kicked out. That's why we call him KO. Logan Paul reversed officials' attention and called for a stooge. The same moron who cost Rey Mysterio the title at Crown Jewel. If this was not enough, then Austin Theory and Grayson Waller ran out to give Paul brass knuckles, but Kevin Owens next level enough to intercept that fatal punch and hit his own with these same brass knuckles. But the problem was that he didn't hide it before the cover, so referee detected them and disqualified Owens. What a disaster! And this idiot even had the audacity to celebrate such a cheap victory, so of course he wasn't gonna get away with it, and Kevin beat the hell out of him after the match and smashed him through the big table with powerbomb. The guy hasn't held a singles title in 6.5 years, and you give him this, meanwhile part-time US champion gets away like that? Ridiculous. This feud is not over. Give Owens a singles championship already. Samantha Irvin told the Royal Rumble attendance, which is 48,044. We have reached the match of the matches and the last one. Men's Royal Rumble match. The first entrant was taken by Jey Uso, and who do you think could start the match with him? I knew and felt it. Of course his brother Jimmy Uso himself. What a showdown and the actual fight between these twins for the first time ever. I can't not to say about the next number 3. Grayson Waller grabbing the microphone, mocking Jey Uso for his yeet, and after getting super kicked says no yeet and aligns with Jimmy to join the beatdown of Jey. Number 4 is big surprise. Andrade El Idolo returning after just leaving AEW and rocking hard. The first guy from NXT is Carmelo Hayes showing his athleticism. Waller got eliminated by Hayes very early. That was devastating for me. He deserves better. Escobar wanted to recruit Andrade into Legado, but El Idolo had none of it and made him pay. Karrion Kross joined forces with Jimmy Uso and after saying no yeet, began punishing Jey. Dominic was taking his time and wasn't in a hurry to join, scouting his competition. Carlito humiliated Santos with Apple and eliminated him right after that. Number 11 is a heavy hitter Bobby Lashley, who introduced his multiple opponents to the Spear Country. Eliminated Carlito and after spearing his main enemy Kross, tossed him out like a bag of trash as well. But of course Karrion Kross screwed Lashley by eliminating him illegally, and those two super groups continued their feud of the year with a fight all over the ramp into the back. Second member of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, helped Dominic to get Carmelo Hayes out. And this moment has arrived. Number 15, the absolute favorite, Cody Rhodes. This man is so protected that he eliminated Austin Theory with ease. Andrade was dumped out by Big Bronson Reed. Cody reminded Nakamura who's superior by deleting him from the match. Gunther came under 18 and was disgusted with Ludwig Kaiser getting eliminated right before him. Then he joined them all and forced his opponents to taste his thunderous chops. He made everybody pay. Very interesting is number 20. Braun Breaker came ready to bite with force, making his Royal Rumble debut. He just thunderstormed everyone with frightening speed, power and intensity and eliminated many people in the process. He's the star. The next 21st entrant is the return of the monster, the giant Owens. He's finally back, pummeling everyone in his way. What is astounding is how small Bronson Reed looked next to Owens. What a Nigerian specimen. And after Breaker ended Ivar, he came face to face with this behemoth for the first time ever. Even Pat McAfee received his entrance into the match, but as he later said, he didn't know about it at all. As a result, he had no idea what to actually do with Breaker and Owens standing next to him, so he decided to just eliminate himself? Yes. And it's not Pat McAfee's fault, it's WWE's fault. They screwed not just Pat McAfee, but all the fans by wasting whole entrance on that. Look at the height difference between Braun Breaker and Owens. But it wasn't a problem for Braun, who managed to eliminate the Colossus but got screwed from behind by Dominic. What was that? So angry, Breaker speared McDonough for all his troubles. Looking to book his WrestleMania main event? Right here comes our truth, giving McDonough what he deserves. Getting tagged into the match by Dominic Mysterio and rocking and rolling over Gunther like his childhood hero John Cena despite being soon stopped by him. Yeah, Damian Priest joined the match and knocked out Truth no hesitation to then toss him out right away. This was for last Raw. And number 27, finally, is CM Punk. Now we can truly say, the countdown has begun. And he has a much better shape now than he had in AEW. He eliminated Dominic Mysterio with ease like a bag of trash. Of course, Drew McIntyre is in this match under 29, he added much force to the mix. Number first, Jey Uso was finally done from hands of Gunther. And the final entrance, number 30 in this year, is unfortunately not a big surprise or a shock. It's just the returning Sami Zayn who has some bones to pick and scores to settle with some guys. 6 major names left it all on the line, pummeling each other. So Sami outsmarted Priest, but then McIntyre sneaked his way, throwing Sami out from behind. We were shown World Heavyweight and Undisputed Champions watching from above. The iconic Final Four stared down on megastars where Punk went after McIntyre and Rhodes did after Gunther, and it stayed that way through a long time with 2 heels and 2 faces battling it out. The huge highlight was McIntyre giving claymores to all 3 of his enemies with force. What led to Drew's downfall was him starting a trash talk instead of trying to get him out as fast as possible, so Punk made him pay by surprisingly eliminating him. Cody and Gunther went smashing each other, and it took much less time for Cody to eliminate Gunther this time than 1 year ago. And the big final 1-on-1 Rhodes Punk showdown actually happened, them dealing equal damage to each other, but still in my view, with Cody Rhodes being a bit faster and better in the ring as a wrestler. It took multiple attempts to try hit big moves like finishers and they still couldn't do it. I like to add that Punk was booed and Cody was cheered. So Rhodes got his first crossroads with Punk later barely getting his revenge of GTS with both falling on the ground. CM Punk even got a pedigree on Cody Rhodes. This was controversial but effective. Punk even said that he didn't wait 10 years to lose to Dusty's Kid, but it played a dirty trick on him as Cody blocked GTS and capitalized by quickly eliminating him. And actually winning this year's Royal Rumble. He indeed did it for the 2nd year in a row. This story is not a joke, and for many people it's a shock. But for many others it's poetic justice and everything was going in this direction. Then the American Nightmare pointed his finger at Roman Reigns by of course choosing him for the match at WrestleMania. I am satisfied with winners of this year's Rumble matches, but the same can be said about how badly men's Rumble match was handled. They wasted entrance on Pat McAfee screwing everything like that. Plus only one superstar returned to the company, that being Andrade under number 4. Then they didn't bring out any legends into this match and final entrants were generic with no shocks. But of course not every year it has to be about surprises. I get that. When we talk about women's Rumble match, it was pure fire and nice. Very well done. And despite many things and swears already happened after Royal Rumble, I'll get to that later. We still have time for it. Don't worry. For this time, I have to finish this Royal Rumble story to see you later. What do you guys want to talk about?